Need LASIK? Trust the experienced team at the LASIK Center at Evergreen Eye Center. No glasses, no contacts, no limits. What will you do? LASIK at evergreen.com.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
You know how the saying goes, after you've just got out of a relationship, you got to jump right back on that horse. Mm-hmm. Or you got to let the horse jump back on you. Oh. However it works, that is what Mark tried to do on his date. He tried to let the horse jump back on him. Right, Mark?
I don't know what that means.
Okay.
None of
It
us
means
do.
that you wanted to get back in the dating scene.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mark said that he wants to call this girl named Allison today. Apparently, Mark met her and they went out on a date. Recently got out of a long relationship. That's what your email said, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. And tell us a little bit about Allison, the girl that you want us to call today.
She works in my building, not my office, but in my building, and my friends were trying to get me back in the game, and they hooked me up with her. And
So you just work in the big business park. How'd you approach her?
a bunch of people from the building went to lunch together, and she was in that group and sort of hit it off there.
Was it like a setup where your friends were like, okay, we're all going to go to lunch, we're going to invite her?
No, it wasn't set up for me to meet her. She was just there, and I made the move.
All right.
Okay.
And I made my move.
Yeah, nicely done.
So tell us a little bit about your date. What'd you guys do?
We actually went ice skating.
Oh, that's so cute. I always want to do that for a date, and my husband will never take me.
Well, maybe Mark, if this doesn't work out for you, Mark, you can get a date with Brooke, I guess.
Yeah.
So you went ice skating, huh? How'd that go?
It was awesome. I only fell twice, and we hit it off. And we talked about how we both wanted to leave our jobs in the same building.
All right. So you both bonded over the hatred of your job. How did your date end then?
After ice skating, we got some hot chocolate.
Oh, my
and
God, you're adorable.
That was nice. And then I walked her to her car, and we kissed, and it was really nice. It was
you did
like a
kiss.
really nice date. Really good way to get back in it.
You actually kissed, and since then she hasn't called you?
Well, we had plans to go out again on a Saturday the next day.
Mm-hmm.
And then Saturday rolls around, and she says, "Oh, can we push it to the next day?"
Yeah.
I said, "Okay." And then after that, the next day comes, and she's like, "Oh, can we push it to next week?" And I'm like,
I hate
That
Okay.
sucks.
So, Mark, I'm just wondering what could have gone wrong. Like, you mentioned that you just got out of a relationship. Did you happen to talk about your ex on the date?
I specifically avoided that topic.
That's good.
Good.
A lot of people wouldn't do that. They would have taken her ice skating and be like, oh, man, Jessica used to like ice skating a lot. I miss ice skating with her,
No. I've listened to your second dates a lot, so I know that's the wrong move.
I like the second dates are actually helping people
Yeah.
learn how to date. So if everything went right, ice skating was cool, you kissed at the end of the date, why do you think she's blowing you off now?
I've been racking my brains, and I have no idea because it went really well.
Have you run into her in the building?
No, she works in a separate part of the building, so I never really saw her in the first place.
All right. Okay, well, we'll play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update, okay?
Well, I have one more thing, though.
Okay.
It's the texts are really polite, and they're pushing this date that is theoretically going to happen. So it's not like she's, blowing me off. She just politely keeps moving.
So that's why it's so confusing, because it's not just, hey, I can't do it today.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. All right, well, we'll call her, get your second date update right after this, all right?
Okay, but there's one more thing I have to tell you.
What is it, Mark?
I really appreciate you taking my call.
You're welcome. Before I throw it to the song, is there anything else that you want to say before we go?
No, we're good.
All right. We'll play a song, come back, and get your second date update. Hang on the phone, all right?
Huh?
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
All right, Mark is on the phone with us. He emailed us about a girl named Allison. They met through friends at work. They went out ice skating, had some cocoa, kissed at the end of the date. Really nice date. Can't really find a reason why she wouldn't want to go out with him again. And she's been blowing him off, rescheduling in a very nice way. So he's not even really sure if she actually doesn't want to see him again or if for some reason she just really is rescheduling. We're about to call her right now. But Mark, before we get her on the phone, you got out of a long relationship, you told us.
Yeah, that's right.
Do you feel like this girl could be your next girlfriend?
I mean, I wouldn't be pushing it if I didn't think, we had something
Okay,
that
so
could turn into something.
so there's something there then.
Yeah, yeah.
And
right.
you're ready for another relationship.
I mean,
Yeah, I think not
enough.
really. Well, you know.
Start slow.
Yeah, all right. I was just curious if you really like this girl, like, and you thought maybe you saw a future with her, or if you just thought that you wanted to go out on another date because.
I mean, I definitely think there's potential there for it to turn into something more. I'm just really curious. I don't get it. I don't get why she keeps putting it off.
Okay. Well, I'm going to call her right now, see if we can get her on the phone, and then get your second date update, okay?
Cool.
Here we go.
Hello,
Hi, can I speak to Allison, please?
this is Allison,
Hey, Allison, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
the radio show.
Yes.
Hey.
How you doing?
Fine.
I'm calling you actually because you recently went out on a date with a listener of our show.
I did.
Yeah. His name is Mark.
Yeah.
Well, apparently you've been blowing him off for a couple weeks since your date, and he asked us to call and see if we could find out why.
He said I was blowing him off.
Mm-hmm. He said he's been trying to go out with you ever since your date, and you keep, like, postponing it.
Yeah, but I'm not blowing him off. I genuinely just needed to postpone it.
Okay. Should I tell him that you're actually going to go out with him one of these days then?
Yeah, absolutely.
What are you waiting for?
Well, I mean, this is just, it's important, and I want to make sure that, like, I'm totally there for it. So
Okay.
I just needed to have the right time.
Are you trying to end another relationship?
No, definitely not. No, I'm single.
Okay. Well, Mark wants to know because that's why he emailed us. Because you know how it is if you go out with someone and they keep, going, oh, hey, I can't go out this week, maybe next week. And then they keep doing that. At a certain point, you feel like they don't like you.
I never meant to do that. Like, that was not my intention at all. No, I just needed more time.
So you
Okay, because he's starting to get that vibe from you that you don't want to go out with him. What can I tell him then?
Can you just tell him that I just needed a couple extra days just to kind of get some things together?
That sounds so sketchy, though, Allison.
But it's not. It really isn't sketchy. I just needed a couple more days. I promise. I really do like him.
are you just like out of time? Like you don't have enough time in your day, and your job's really demanding, or
I kind of would rather not tell you guys because I think it might sound crazy, and I would really not want to come off like a crazy person.
That makes me want to know even more what it is, Allison.
yeah, I'm thinking like you're going to get a boob job or something, and you need to get that finished.
No, not at all. I just feel like this could be the most important second date of my life, and I'd really rather not ruin the surprise.
Whoa, you like him that much?
Wow.
I do. I mean, I've been working on this picture book for him for the last, I don't know, couple of months, and I just want to make sure that it's perfect, and it's just not ready yet to give
What?
to him, and so I'm just trying to finish it.
You say you've been working on a picture book?
Yeah.
Have you
Of
even?
what?
Oh.
I mean, I've been working on collecting some photos of the last, year or so of, I guess, of me liking him and, of our...
Allison, I guess I'm confused.
A year?
You guys went on that one date,
Yeah.
right? Had you known each other beforehand? Because when we talked to him, he says that he knew you worked in the same building and you met, at a lunch.
Well, yeah, in terms of us dating, but I've known of him for about a year and a half or so. One of my girlfriends at work pointed him out to me, and we were with two totally separate groups, but our eyes met, and I just knew it was perfect. We were gonna date, and so I had to wait it out.
So are the pictures? So what? I guess I don't
Yeah.
understand exactly what you're building. You said a picture book, but what is a picture book of? Collages or something?
Just who we were before we started dating. So, I went to his high school, and I got his high school yearbook photo.
What?
With that in it. And I recently dyed my hair blonde, so I have, the before and after photo. Who we were before we got together.
And
Allison?
you're planning on giving him this on your second date.
Yeah.
And that's-
I think he'd really appreciate it. I think he'd really love it.
Wait, don't you have girlfriends to tell you that this is crazy?
This isn't crazy. It's a book of my feelings and all of what we were before we're going to be together. And it's, like, I know how much she likes blondes, and the fact that I went and dyed my hair blonde, she's just going to appreciate it so much.
Allison, you know what? You're right.
When we
Allison.
get married, we're going to have this, like, shown at the wedding of, like, what our lives were like before we were together.
Allison, you know what? If somebody had done that for me on a second date, I would think that was so sweet.
You are such a liar.
No. I would think that, it'd be nice if somebody went to all that work for me. Give me a picture book of things for the last year.
Yeah, see?
No, Allison. No.
I just wanted it to be sweet, like, and that's why I can't see him yet. It's not ready.
All right, Allison. Well, then I will tell him to just hold tight, and you will eventually go out with him. That's the message you want me to pass along?
That's exactly it. Thank you.
You're welcome. Allison, I also need to let you know that Mark is on the other line and just heard that. Mark?
Yeah.
Say hi to Allison.
Oh my gosh.
Allison? What's going on? You've been collecting pictures of me? Allison?
Mark, it wasn't that you weren't supposed to find out about it this way. Like, I have this beautiful book that I've just been working on, and I just wanted you to see it, and I haven't been blowing you off, I swear.
So you've been working on this since way before we even met?
I mean, yeah, because you were in a relationship, and so I knew that we couldn't be together. I'm not that kind of girl. Like, of course I was going to wait until you were single.
How'd you even know I was in a relationship?
I mean, like, we have mutual friends in at work, and so I just, I knew some things about you.
But you've been, like, stalking me for the past year?
No. I'm not that kind of crazy person. I'm not a stalker at all.
What kind of crazy person are
I just
you?
wanted to make sure that, like, you knew what our life was like before, and it was documented.
Allison, this is creepy.
It's not at all. Like, it's really just meant to be sweet and endearing, and I mean, you're really gonna love it when you see it. I promise.
I feel unsafe.
I don't think anybody blames you for that, Mark.
Allison,
Holy cow.
I think you've officially scared Mark a little bit.
Because of you. Because it wasn't supposed to be like this. He was supposed to see it on our date, and now you ruined it, and everybody knows it. I was supposed to show him this book, and he was supposed to just be so happy to see it.
Yeah, Allison, you know what? I'm sorry I screwed that up for you.
Thank you for the apology, but that doesn't change anything.
Allison, in your mind, how was this going to play out exactly? He was going to fall in love with you after you gave him a book?
Who the do you think you are?
Oh!
That is exactly what was supposed to happen.
Oh, honey.
Don't honey me. You know this was a genius plan, and you're just upset because you didn't think about it.
Oh, my gosh. There's so many things wrong with this.
You guys are such ass. How dare you spoil this
Allison,
on the radio for me?
Allison,
you ruined the surprise.
I don't know. Hey,
You ruined
Allison.
Everything. You made me
Look,
talk and everything.
Allison, I know that you're upset, but I haven't even asked if Mark would go out with you again. Like, the whole thing might not be ruined. Mark, would you like to go out with Allison again on a second date? We'll pay for it.
No.
See? It's because of you. You
Yes.
ruined this. You did this.
I'm sorry. I apologize, Allison. I think Allison's gone.
Oh, my
Man.
gosh.
I'm scared for my safety. And Mark, I
Yeah.
think you might need to find a new job and a new town.
I think calling you guys might have literally saved my life.
I think you're right.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Text message in at 78592 that says, I was super creeped out. If I was that guy, I'd run fast.
Yes.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning. If you missed today's second date update, Mark wanted to call Allison. And when we got her on the phone, we found out the reason she wasn't calling back was because she wasn't ready to hang out with Mark yet.
Yeah.
Because she was collecting photos of him so she could make an album about how they were when they met.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
And
It's so weird.
yeah, it is weird and creepy, and he was creeped out by it. But then she blamed all of us
I know.
for ruining everything.
She
I
went
actually,
off,
I
too.
feel kind of bad for her.
Oh, you shouldn't. She's weird.
I know,
she
but
needed
she's
to
in
learn that
love,
lesson.
Yeah,
and
she did.
someone in her life needs to talk to her.
Someone in her
have
life
good
needs to hug her.
friends.
They need to hug her
Yeah.
and say, don't start making a photo collage album of a dude you went on one date with
Yeah.
because it will probably creep him out.
Like a whole scrapbook. Like my grandma scrapbooks everything, and that's weird. You know, it doesn't make sense in
Yeah.
the dating world
All right,
either.
Grandma, stop being so clingy, all right? You
Oh,
got
I
enough
know.
pictures of me. What the hell?
Grandparents, parents, they are so clingy. And you're like, why are you watching me?
Yeah.
I didn't give you any approval to take those pictures when I was younger, and I'm thinking about calling the authorities.
Right?
Remember, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, and we will call the person who didn't call you back.
Moving 92. Another hour of
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
A lot of bad things can happen in the park. Trust me, I'm there all the time.
Pants on?
And there's a lot
or-
of bad stuff going on every time that I'm there. And that's why I think Jim messed up his first date with a girl named Rebecca that he wants to call today for a second date update because he took her on a date to a park and then things got out of control. How you doing, Jim?
I'm doing okay, you guys. How are you doing?
Doing pretty good, man.
Just to clarify, this isn't a park at like 2 a.m. This is just a normal midday park
Yeah,
experience.
just a normal midday meetup in a cute city park, you know.
Okay.
Yes, he still sounds creepy to me, no matter what.
Well, when you meet someone online on Tinder or whatever, sometimes meeting in a public place feels safer and more low key to get to know somebody before you like go have a drink or hang out or whatever.
Yeah, what a coffee shop, though. Not like, hey, as you said Tinder. I met you on Tinder. Meet me in the park. I'll be dressed up as a shrub watching you the whole time.
Well, I just dress like a normal person, not like a tree or anything.
That's weird.
All right. Well, that's not what I'm picturing. So anyway, tell us a little bit about the girl that you want to call today. You said in her email that her name is Rebecca.
Yeah, so she was, I got there a little early, and I saw her coming towards the park, and, like, she was even cuter in person, and so I was a little nervous, I'll admit it, but we met up, and we talked a little bit. I said, like, do you want to sit down, or do you want to walk around and hang out, and we decided to walk around the park. So that's how the date started. We walked around for maybe a half an hour, just like, chatting, getting to know each other, and it was really cool.
And you said she was cuter than her pictures. Are you also truthful in your representation?
Yes, I am not one of those people that have like, a Chris Hemsworth photo on my Tinder profile. It's me. I look like my
Okay.
picture. Yeah.
So what'd you guys do while you were walking around the park? Because that sounds really boring.
No, we were just,
I mean, they had to have conversation or something.
yeah, it was a good conversation. We just, chatted up about hobbies, like what kind of stuff that we're into. And the cool thing about her is she's like a real adrenaline junkie. She's like really into like almost extreme sports, like skydiving and bungee jumping. She talked about all kinds like free climbing, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Is that when you shot in with like, hey, what about having sex in the park in broad daylight?
God.
You like doing crazy things. Let's do something crazy right now, you little adrenaline junkie.
You never know what might work. Maybe next time I'll try that.
Yeah, you should have tried that. So you like the fact that she's a risk taker and likes to do all that kind of stuff. I'm guessing you're into that too.
Yeah, I thought it was cool. I mean, I've never done any of those things. I'm more of like a low key, like just like sit by a fire and drink a beer, hang out kind of outdoorsman. But yeah, I would be down for it. But I thought it was impressive, like that she's into that and obviously, athletic and sporty. And I thought it was cool.
You weren't intimidated at all by that?
I wasn't intimidated, but it made me feel a little boring. Do you know what I mean? Like, because I couldn't really match her with my experiences. But one thing that I do have going on that I'm pretty proud of that a lot of guys don't is that I'm a pretty good artist. Like I work sort of semi-professionally doing illustration and stuff.
Oh, cool.
That's awesome.
And I had some drawings in my bag, and I was like, oh, well, she's into this cool thing, and maybe she would think it would be cool if I showed her some of my art. So that was sort of my, like, try to match her with impressive-ness move.
Was she impressed by your art, or did she laugh at it and tell you it was terrible?
No, she didn't laugh at it. I mean, it's hard to tell. It's not like doodling. Like I went to school, like I'm a pretty good drawer, and I was showing her a bunch of pencil drawings that I had done that she seemed into, and I was a little nervous. And if you wanted to say, like, is there anything that happened that maybe made the date go a little bit of south? I did. I was like, yeah, like I really like sketching people. Like I could sketch you sometime. And she was like, no, that's okay.
Yeah.
Did it creep her out, you think?
Well, yeah, because suddenly I was like, oh my God, she thought I meant like
Nudes.
Figure drawing, like nude sketching,
Yeah.
which is not what I meant at all. Like I do these little 5-minute quick sketches of like people.
Yeah. I feel like if you showed her your stuff and it was pretty good and it wasn't nude drawings, that'd be jumping to a conclusion to be like, this guy's just a pervert and wants to sketch me nude.
I don't know. I mean, I immediately was like, oh no, I didn't mean anything weird by that. Like, you might have seen like on TV nude drawing, but that's not what I was talking about. It would just be like, it'd take like 5 minutes and we could do it like right here in this like cool place in the park. And
Did she laugh at all? I mean, it sounds like an opportunity to have like a good chuckle about an awkward moment.
yeah, she didn't laugh so much.
Okay.
What did she do when you told her that you
She
could?
was just like, no, that's cool. That's okay. Kind of how it went, and I was like, okay, that's awkward.
All right. So is that why you think she's not calling you back, because you offered to sketch her?
I mean, that's the only thing. I thought we sort of hit it off, and we walked around a little bit more after that, and then she was like, oh, I gotta go, and I was like, oh, do you want to get a drink? And she was like, no, I have to go, and I was like, this didn't get weird about the sketching thing, right? And she was like, no, I just have an appointment, and then she left.
That's when you should have whipped out your papers and been like, let me sketch you a drink before you leave. That's a good move, I think.
That's not a bad move. I filed that one away.
Yeah. So she said no to a drink and left, and is that the last thing you've heard from her?
Yeah, I messaged her a couple times, and I thought we hit it off, actually. Like, it was pretty low-key and chill, and I'd love to see her again, but she hasn't gotten back to me.
All right. Well, we'll play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update, okay?
Okay, thanks, guys.
Hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
When you think of the greatest artists the world has ever seen, you think of names like Rembrandt and Picasso and Jim.
Good old Jim.
Sitting in the park, sketching naked women. That's what Jim is known for in the art world. No. Am I right, Jim?
That is so not true.
Hey, don't worry, Jim, look, I would rather look at anything that you've sketched than what other crap Rembrandt and Picasso are doing.
Oh, man, that
you
was
think those
crap.
guys have a website? I don't think so.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, but I want to correct the record. I do not draw nudes.
Maybe that's
At
the
least
problem.
Not for public consumption.
Okay.
I mean,
Well, I want to see some of your private collection then. I'm really
We
interested
can
in that.
talk offline.
All right, cool.
oh my
Okay.
God. Only
Take
you
care of
guys
that.
are pervs about nude drawings. What is wrong with you?
Why am I talking about Jim being an artist? Well, we talked about his date that he went on with a girl named Rebecca. He wants to call her right now for a second date update. They met at a park because they met on Tinder and he wanted to meet at a public place. And during their date, he showed her some of the sketches that he does and then offered to sketch her. And that's when she seemed to get kind of weirded out and asked to leave. And she hasn't talked to him since. That's the only thing you can think of that went wrong.
Yeah, that's the only thing that comes to mind. I thought it went really well, actually.
And you said that she was like an adrenaline junkie. I mean, maybe she was looking for somebody who can do those type of activities with her.
Yeah, I mean, maybe, but it's not like I said that I wasn't willing to do that stuff. I mean, I
Okay.
would go bungee jumping or whatever. I would be into that.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to dial the phone number right now, get her on the phone, and see what went wrong, okay?
Okay, great.
All right. And hey, if this doesn't go right for you and she doesn't want to go on a second date, don't worry. I will be your muse. If you need to sketch anybody, Jim, you can sketch me.
No, dude.
I will be your Mona Lisa. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Here we go. I'm going to dial her phone number right now. Here we go.
Hello.
Hi, can I speak to Rebecca, please?
This is she.
Hey, Rebecca, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
I'm sorry, who is this?
Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. It's a morning radio program.
Okay.
Okay. We play a lot of crappy music and then sometimes talk in between that music.
All right.
Well, not all the music's crappy. Some music's decent, some's crappy. It's
I
just
don't
like
think that
music,
she needs
It's
that.
like all kinds of. I mean, we play music and we talk sometimes. That's basically what happens.
Is this really a radio show?
Yes, it is.
It's quality, isn't it? It makes you want to listen.
I'm calling you because one of our listeners recently emailed us about you.
What?
Yeah, his name is Jim. He emailed us and wanted us to get a hold of you because you guys went out on a date and now you're not calling him back. And Jim is very curious if he did something wrong.
He really contacted you about our date?
Yeah, he said he liked you a lot and was hoping to go out with you again. We talked to him about your date. and he said that you guys met on Tinder and then went to the park and hung out for a little while. And then at a certain point, you were just like, well, he told us that he offered to sketch you. And he thinks that might have creeped you out, but he meant it in the most innocent way possible.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. He already did sketch me.
What?
What?
What do you mean?
I mean, he had several pictures, and they were all in, like, different scenarios, but it was me. Like, the girl was me.
Are you sure it was you, or are you just, like, reading into it?
Oh, my gosh.
No, seriously. I mean, he had a headshot of just a girl, definitely me. There was a girl riding a bike, a girl crying.
Crying?
And, oh, the creepiest one, there was a girl at a dinner table with a guy. And I was the girl, and he was the guy.
Wow. And that's the creepiest one. I would think the crying one would be even creepier.
He never said that it was me, but, I mean, it looked exactly like me.
Whoa.
Did you ask him? I mean, did you confront him?
No, you don't confront someone like that.
Yeah, no. I would have done the same thing. I would have just been like, all right, well, look at that.
Look at the time.
Jeez, time flies, huh? And I would have been out of there, too. Are you sure that it was you? Like, no question in your mind?
No question, yeah. It was definitely me.
Is there any, like, distinguishable feature that you have?
Yeah, I have freckles, and he drew the freckles on the girl's face and everything. It was creepy.
I thought it was really creepy him asking to sketch you in the first place. And then actually showing you pictures that look like you is way worse.
Oh, come on, give this guy a break. Like, obviously he's nervous and he didn't go about it the right way, but he's probably just trying to impress you.
In a park?
With sketches of me?
He sounded well-intentioned.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole thing was just way too creepy for me, and I couldn't handle it.
That's understandable. You know what else is creepy, Rebecca? Jim is actually on the phone listening to this conversation and wants to talk to you right now.
What?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry that you thought that was creepy.
Oh, this just
I'm
isn't
so
normal.
sorry.
This is not normal.
Those are not sketches of you. I'm so sorry.
What do you mean they weren't me? They looked exactly like me.
I mean, a lot of those I drew before I even knew you or, like, met you or saw you or anything. I mean, if there's a resemblance, it's totally a coincidence, I swear.
The freckles? What about the freckles?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe, like, I think freckles are cute, and I was drawing a girl with freckles, and then I saw you, and you... Maybe, like, you looked like something I had in my head already or whatever, but...
Jim, are you sure you didn't sketch pictures of her before meeting her?
Be honest.
No, definitely not. I mean, you know, like, you see images, and, like, if I had seen her face, maybe that worked its way into a drawing or whatever, but I swear I was not sitting at home, like, full Silence of the Lambs, like, sketching from your Tinder picture. Like, I swear to you.
Come on, give him, like, the benefit of the doubt here. I think he sounds like a nice guy, and obviously he'd be attracted to you if he was drawing women who kind of looked like you before he even met you.
I don't I think the same way. This is just too much of a coincidence that we're on our first date and he shows me pictures and the girl looks just like me.
Listen, Rebecca, I'm really sorry. Now I feel horrible that you thought that I was some kind of, like, sketchy, sorry, pun intended, like, this creepy guy that was drawing you. I swear that is not what was going on. And I know the radio show thing is a little weird, and the whole thing is really weird, but I had a great time with you, and I think you're really cool, and I would love to just, like, reset and, like, hang out somewhere of your choosing. We can do something. No sketchbooks, like, just hang out. I'm really sorry about this whole thing. It's so weird. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I just can't get rid of the image of me looking at myself crying in your picture. I mean, what was I even crying about?
It wasn't you. It's just it's an image. There's no, like, story or context. It's just a random person. It's just like a circumstance. There's no story behind it.
Hey, Rebecca, would you like to go out with Jim again? We will pay for a second date.
Oh, give him a second chance.
I don't think so. I'm sure he's busy drawing other girls on Tinder.
Oh my
Are
God,
you sure?
you're
Is there
so
any way?
negative.
Is there any way that he could prove to you that these drawings aren't of you? Maybe you want to see him again. Like, you guys could go out to a restaurant. He could show you the pictures again. You can look at them and maybe dissect them a little more. Maybe it was just in the moment.
So you want me to schedule another date with some random guy that drew pictures of me ahead of time? That's what you want me to do right now.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
you know what, Rebecca, you're right. Never mind. Forget I asked.
Put it that way.
Jim,
Poor Jim.
I'm sorry you did not get a successful second date.
I knew I should have left the sketchbook at home. It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
Maybe in the future do that. Leave the sketchbook at home.
there will be a woman out there that appreciates your talents, Jim. I'm sure there will be.
thank you for saying that.
And you're probably drawing her right now.
Brutal. You guys are brutal.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Text in at 78592 that says, that guy is a serial killer. Run. It's Brooke and Jubal in the morning. Talking about the second date update. This guy, Jim, wanted to call a girl named Rebecca. He liked her a lot. They went out on a date. She wasn't calling him back. It turns out that Jim is an artist. And during their date, he took out some sketches to show her that he's done. Showing off a little bit, right?
Sure.
This is my interest. I like to sketch things. She wasn't calling him back because all of the sketches looked like her. And that creeped her out, which I can understand. That's very creepy.
I still think it's by chance. I think that he was drawing something in his imagination, and that's why he was attracted to her.
But according to her, it looked exactly like her. And there was one with a woman crying with like a single tear rolling down her cheek. If I was dating somebody and they were like, check out my art, and it was a picture of me crying, I'd be pretty scared too.
Oh, it's not like, you're in a coffin or anything.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah. Famous last words. What could it hurt to go out with this guy again? Remember, if you want a second date update, all you have to do is just email the show, and we will call the person that didn't call you back.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Ava is on the phone to do a second date update today, and her email said that she went out on the best date of her life. Which, depending on her life, could either be really cool or really sad. I don't know. I have to learn more about her life first.
Good point.
Before I decide if that's a good thing. Ava, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Not too
gosh.
bad. Thank you for asking. So, you had the best date of your life, huh?
I did. Yeah, it was like amazing. I'd never been out with a guy like this ever.
Okay.
Okay. Have you been on a lot of dates to compare it to?
Yeah, so I've been doing the whole dating app. I'm like in that world, and they're all just really immature and always on their phone.
The dude that you want to call today, what's his name?
His name is Nathan.
Nathan. All right. And what sets Nathan apart from the other dudes that you've been out with?
Well, he is just really mature and has a full-time job, and he...
That's all.
Yeah, I love
Best
that.
date of my life. The guy was like kind of mature and worked full time.
He was normal.
Sweet.
Yeah, I mean, that's where we've come, right? He's employed. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And yeah, like I was just attracted to him right when I saw his profile picture. I love dogs, and so it was he and his dog.
Oh,
and
always a good one to put for a guy. They know that we fall for that.
Yes. And yeah, we started messaging, and we agreed to hang out.
So your expectations for this hangout were already really high going in.
There was just something about the messages that I just felt like, okay, this guy has his life together.
He was like, he has punctuation and it's so sexy.
Yeah.
Slightly professional.
Yeah. He could spell "your" right,
Yeah.
which is cool. So how was the actual date with him, though?
It was great. So he took the lead. He suggested a restaurant for us to go to. And it was really cool. You could see like the planes, like these small planes landing where we could eat. And it was just really just different and romantic. We didn't like go to a pub or anything.
Right.
And then halfway through the meal, he told me he's actually a pilot.
Oh, my God.
Oh.
You took your panties off right there and threw them at him, didn't you?
He's got a good job.
And he definitely doesn't sound like a douche, because a douche would lead with that right away.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, I'm real busy. I'm a pilot. You know what that is? That's where I fly planes.
That's true, though.
Yeah, and I even asked him because I didn't see it in his profile or anything, and he said he just likes to kind of keep it on the down low.
That is
Right.
cool.
Because
Good move.
you don't want to be dated just so that someone can go on a free vacation.
Right. And, a guy in a uniform,
Yeah.
It depends what kind of uniform. Like
Not
fast
really.
food uniform, probably not getting you turned on as a pilot uniform. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't think the fast food one would work out as well.
Yeah, it's not quite the same.
You guys get like a lot of calls about strange dates. And so like this wasn't a strange date at all because, okay, so we were having a great time. And then he asked me if I would like to experience flying a plane.
What? He's going to take you up in his plane right then?
Yeah. So we flew over the city. It was so romantic. And it was around sunset time.
Perfect.
What, are you on The Bachelorette or something? That's amazing.
That's what I felt like.
Wow.
You stayed the night at his house or something then, right?
Brooke assumes.
Well, I'm just saying, like, that is a lot of romance not
he
to,
earned
like,
it.
make it happen.
Oh, no. Not on the first date.
Okay.
Wow.
All right. So after he took you up in his plane, was that the end of the date, or did you guys, I don't know, do something else? Visit his castle or something?
Well, the highlight was he asked if I wanted to, like, take control of the plane. And so I did. I mean, not for that long, but I did. It was so exciting.
I mean, this all sounds perfect, and this guy is not calling you back.
No. And, yeah, he was really respectful. We ended the date with a hug. And then we texted the day after, and he said he wanted to see me again.
He
so
did.
we made plans. Yeah, he did.
Okay.
So the day before, he rescheduled, so we pushed it back.
Mm-hmm.
And then he rescheduled again.
Okay.
And then it was like crickets. I didn't hear anything from him. And
that sucks.
So how long has it been since he responded to you?
It's been about a week and a half.
Oh, wow. All right. Yeah, he's definitely blowing you off for some reason. You can't think of anything?
No, I mean, I think, we're both dating, so maybe there's someone else.
Or maybe, he rescheduled twice. Like, maybe the momentum of the date just, like, fizzled out. Sometimes that happens where you get so much space between you and that great time you had that you kind of almost forget.
It's like too much separation.
Right.
I don't know. I would love to see him again, but I don't know why he's not. I mean, he's not even responding to my text messages.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll play a song, and then we'll come back and call him and get your second date update, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
If you're just joining us for today's second date update, Ava is on the phone, and she went out with a guy named Nathan. They had the best date of her life, she says. She went out with him, found out he was a pilot, and then after they went out to eat, he actually took her up in a plane, let her fly it for a little while, and then they landed, said goodbye, texted for a little bit, and then he just dropped off the face of the earth, and she hasn't heard from him. Ava?
Yes.
I'm thinking that like a mild-mannered dude like that you don't realize has a cool job until he tells you halfway through the date and then just disappears. I think maybe the problem is he's Batman.
Oh, God, why didn't we figure that out earlier?
Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, he's probably busy fighting crime right now, and he'll get back to you as soon as he captures the Penguin or whoever he's capturing right now.
Joker.
No?
No, I'm not attracted to Batman, so.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right, well, we'll
Okay.
find out. I'm about to call him. Anything else you want to say before we do?
I just want to know what happened.
Yeah. Hopefully it's just a scheduling thing. Maybe it's going to be really simple.
Sounds like a busy guy.
Yeah, he's a pilot. Maybe he's out flying around. Probably not in a Batmobile, but, or whatever Batman flies.
Got a plane or something. Who
Bat plane?
knows?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to dial this phone right now, okay?
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Hello?
Hi, may I speak to Nathan, please?
Yes, this is he.
Nathan, what's up, man? How are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. It's a radio show.
Why are you calling me today?
Just checking in. See how you're doing.
Checking in.
Yeah.
I don't know any of you guys.
I know you
Hi,
don't.
Nathan.
Nathan, I'm calling you today because we do a segment on our show called the Second Date Update. Have you ever heard of anything like that?
I know of things like that. This is awkward. I mean, do you need me to say something or do? I mean, I don't understand. Why did you guys call me?
I'll explain. So the Second Date Update is where if you go out on a date with somebody and then end up not talking to them after, they can email us to get you on the phone and find out what happened. So we got an email about you from a girl named Ava.
Oh, okay. Oh,
And
boy.
She told us all about your date and said it was honestly one of the best dates of her life, if not the best date of her life.
Not to put
And
any...
then you guys were scheduling another date, and you rescheduled twice, and then you just haven't talked to her for like a week and a half. So she's wondering if something went wrong.
Look, I'm glad that she had a good time. I feel bad, but something happened in my life, and I kind of had to focus on that for a while. I haven't really been heavy into the dating scene or anything. And
Are you okay?
Oh, I'm fine. Yeah, physically, health-wise, everything. I just I had kind of a life-changing occurrence happen in my life, so I had to focus on that.
So is it one of those things where we could tell her, don't worry, he'll hit you back after time passes and he's figured some stuff out?
Maybe that's a possibility. Look, here's the thing. I just recently got my first job with like a big commercial airline.
Oh, congrats. That's a big deal.
Awesome for you, man.
Yeah, it's just probably a lot of stress and stuff.
Thank you. I mean, it is a lot of stress, but it's also, there's other things that come along with it, and I put all my eggs in that basket.
Oh, so it's your schedule.
What other things come along with it?
Can you guys please promise me that you're not going to tell her this?
Sure. Yeah.
We won't.
You tell us what it is, and we won't tell her.
Look, to be perfectly honest, it's the stewardesses. Oh my God.
What?
You guys know the rumors. There's so many. There's young stewardesses that come in. They're all just ready to go. There's so many of them, and they look at you like you're a rock star when you're on a commercial airline.
Oh. Okay, so it's not the busy schedule, or you just want to focus on work right now. You want to focus on as many stewardesses as possible.
I mean, I got to tell you, there's no other profession that's got this much tail.
You guys, it's flight attendants. We're not in 1950 anymore. So can we just...
Okay, flight attendant, executive assistant, stewardess, airline attendant, whatever we want to call them, they're ready and able and willing to go.
Oh my God.
Wow, and so are you, I guess.
Have you already hooked up with a flight attendant or two?
I mean, one or two in my life, but nothing like this point. I have a friend that's at an airline. Let's just call it Smelta Airlines. Every weekend, he's just a new stewardess every weekend.
I never thought of that.
It's unbelievable.
Wow.
And they get hotel rooms and everything after
Yeah,
your flight.
do you guys stay at the same hotel and stuff? So
It's like an Olympic Village situation.
Oh my God.
Wow.
I'm never going to be able to board a flight again without wondering who hooked up with who that is part of the staff.
I never thought of that.
It's an exciting lifestyle where we're going from city to city all across the world, and everyone's acting like it's vacation all the time. And I just figured, look, of course I want to settle down at some point, but it's just too much of an opportunity not.
Okay. Well,
you gotta sow your wild pilot oats before you settle down.
Exactly. You have to take advantage of being the movie star while you have the opportunity.
Absolutely,
I guess
bro.
congrats. I mean, you're being honest.
There's these parties that I've heard about. They call them bang bang parties.
What?
I've been waiting for years to be in this inner circle.
Wow.
Are you being
Well,
for real?
congratulations
Bang,
on
bang?
making it to the Bang Bang Party circuit.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem. Hey, Nathan, I do have to let you know something, though.
What?
I told you earlier that we wouldn't tell Ava, and I guess I kind of meant that because you sort of did, because she's actually on the other line listening and wants to talk to you. Maybe.
Wait, what?
Yep. Ava, are you still on the phone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm on the phone.
Ava is here and wants to talk to you.
I'm like speechless. Wow.
I bet.
I am too.
Yeah, bang bang parties.
Ava, oh my God, I had no idea you were listening. I'm so sorry that you had to hear all of that. Why did you guys do that?
I don't know. It slipped my mind.
Yeah, sure.
Dawned on me right now.
Oh my God, Nathan, is that seriously how you feel? You just want to like be promiscuous all over the world?
Well, come on, it's not all that I want to do. That's not who I am. Okay, it's an opportunity. You got to jump on it. It's like going skydiving or going to Australia. You have to be able to live life to the fullest. Come on, if you were in my position, you would jump on that.
No, I would not, okay? What you do is who you are. And when you hung out with me, you said you wanted kids, you wanted to settle down. I mean, who was that person?
That's still this person. That's just this person in maybe 5 or 10 years from now.
Well, you left that out. You should have, put that in.
Well, I'm putting it in now.
Wow. I mean, you seemed like such a sweet, nice gentleman the night that we went out, and you're actually just one of those players who just wants to like get it on with every flight attendant, or you call them stewardesses. They're not stewardesses, they're flight attendants.
Ava, I'm not a player, okay? A player is someone that dates multiple people at the same time. I don't do that. I have respect for women in that regard, okay? I'm single when this is happening.
You just went on about an Olympic village? What are you talking about?
Everyone's single when that's happening.
I gotta say, Ava, he has a point. I mean, like, he didn't know that this was going to happen, and now he just wants to be totally single and hook up with other totally single people.
Right, but I just don't understand why you just couldn't tell me that after we went out on a date.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why you couldn't have just said you don't want to get into anything serious. Why did you have to, like, disappear?
Look, I just got my first job with, like, a big commercial airline, and I wanted to focus on that.
Honestly, I'm just so disgusted. I mean, you seemed like a really nice person, and I guess I was wrong.
I understand you're upset, but I mean, I'm about to go on this venture and then be flying a lot. I'd be happy to put you into the rotation.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Whoa. That is bold, sir.
You just proved my point, okay?
Oh, wow.
Well, that being said, Nathan, would you like to go on a second date with Ava? We'll pay for it.
Good timing.
Yeah, I think that was the perfect time to ask.
Yeah, I don't want to be part of your, like, bang, bang rotation parties, okay? The Mile High Club, whatever you people call it.
Well, it's your loss.
I don't think I'm going to be able to go.
Your loss. All right. Well, sorry, Ava, it didn't work out for you.
Oh, man.
No bang bang parties in your future, I guess.
That's totally fine with me. I'm glad I know.
Nathan, thank you for being honest with us. Continued success in your new job.
Yeah, keep flying those friendly skies,
I
bro.
mean, I guess you're doing it for the passion of flying, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Sounds like it.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
A text in at 78592 says, I'm a pilot and I haven't heard of any bang bang parties. Maybe I'm flying with the wrong carrier.
Yeah.
This is Brooke and Jubal in the morning talking about today's second date update. If you missed it, Ava went out with an amateur pilot who took her on a private flight and even let her take control of his plane for 30 seconds. And she said it was the best date of her life. Well, when we got the dude on the phone, his name is Nathan, we found out that he just got hired by a big commercial airline. And now he's living it up and having bang bang parties with hot single airline flight attendants.
He's a rock star in the
Yeah.
sky.
So he said when they first met, he was just like a normal dude who was trying to get a job with a big airline, and he finally got it after they went out, and now he's just living the life of a captain having bang bang parties.
Okay,
man.
which, by the way, he hasn't actually been to a bang bang party yet, from what I understand.
right.
He just thinks they're going to happen for him.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be disappointed.
She was extremely disappointed that Nathan was acting completely different on their date than he actually is in real life. And he felt bad, but said he wants to take advantage of his opportunity and be wild and single
Enjoy
while
while
he
you can,
can.
buddy.
So he did mention that he would put Ava in his rotation if she was interested, though.
Wow. I mean,
Yeah.
you know what? That is romantic.
She said she wasn't interested in that, though, so no second date. Remember, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, and we will call the person who didn't call you back. Young Jeffrey's Song of the Week is coming up at 8:10.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
You know, for the most part, long-distance relationships only work out in the movies. Adult movies, specifically.
What?
It's long-distance relationships always work out in adult movies.
Uh-huh.
Google it, but that's not
No,
important right
thank
now.
you. That is a bad thing to have on your search history.
Because Dresden is on the phone right now, and he apparently went on a date with somebody who's not calling him back. And it's actually kind of a long-distance thing. I don't know all the details, but we'll get it from him. Dresden, what's up, man? How are you?
Hey, what's up, man? You can call me Drez.
Dres? Okay.
Did you just wake up, Drez? Are you in a different time zone?
You're just sad?
No, I'm good. Sorry.
That's all right.
Aw.
All right.
Just sad.
Dres, so what's the name of the girl you want to call today?
Her name's Sierra.
Sierra. All right. And your email said that she lives in another state?
Yeah, I mean, we met online,
Okay.
so we hit it off right away. She was the type that she seemed really intelligent. She made me laugh. I made her laugh.
Awesome.
And we really hit it off. So I said, you know, you live far away, but maybe I could just fly down. We could actually meet in person, spend a little time together, see if it works.
How long did you guys talk online before you decided to meet in real life?
A few months,
All right. So
Okay.
that's a good amount of
Yeah,
time.
so you feel like you really know a person by then.
as much as you can,
Right.
you know, online, yeah.
All right. So how was it when you actually went to go see her?
Dude, that's the thing. Like, it was amazing. Like, the best day. So I went down on a Friday. We, of course, got something to eat. She, like, gave me a tour of the city. We walked around. We saw nature, like, went on a hike.
Awesome.
But it wasn't, like, platonic. It was a very romantic kind of connection.
You can tell, I
Okay.
mean, your whole personality, I feel like, just got uplifted even talking about this date.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man, it was a great experience. I mean, so great that I had booked a hotel, but I didn't stay there. Put it that way.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh,
All right.
boy.
Also, so great that she's not calling you back.
Oh, come
Jubal,
on.
you gotta
Why do you
say
got
it
let's
now.
let's live in the moment, Jubal.
Well, I think this is the moment.
Well, okay,
Why-
let's live in the past then.
Back to reality.
Why do you think she's not calling you back then?
That's the whole thing. Because it was like, okay, when I was leaving, I was legit sad to go back home.
Yeah.
And, we're at the airport, and she's dropping me off, and I'm like, next time you're coming to see me, right? And she was like, of course,
Yeah.
that's a done deal. Of course, I'm going to be up there to see you. And then I get home, and initially we're texting and calling and everything, but then it just, like, slacked off after, like, 2 weeks. And the text slowed down, and the call slowed down. And, I know she's a busy person. I'm a busy person. She's got a lot of friends, so she's got a pretty full social calendar.
Right.
But I'm like, this was an amazing weekend that we shared. It was not your typical weekend.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, did you feel like you were basically, I would feel like you're starting a relationship. Like, that's more than a date to spend a whole weekend with somebody.
That's how I felt, and I really thought it was mutual. It's not like we put any title on it or were in a full-blown relationship or called each other like boyfriend or girlfriend or anything. But that's the vibe that I was getting before I left.
Totally.
Was there anything awkward that happened when you guys were hanging out?
I wouldn't say awkward. The deal was sealed, so...
Okay.
Okay.
That's unawkward.
It's always a good sign.
But maybe it's something, did you say something in the 2 weeks following that turned her off or made her rethink the whole thing?
Trust me, I've combed over everything that I've said, all of my texts, like trying to figure out, is it anything I could have said or done that turned everything sour? And I just can't figure it out. So that's why I came to you guys for help.
Okay. And is she not talking to you at all?
It's like almost non-existent at this point, man.
Wow.
See, that's always something. When you go from texting all the time nonstop, you can just feel there's some kind of shift in the vibe.
Right, yeah. It just seems like something's going on. I just want to know if it's not popping, I get it, but let me know something. Like I'm just dangling here.
Maybe it's super romantic and it was too much for her and she doesn't know how she could live without you and so she cut it off now instead of later. I don't know.
Terrible logic.
Wow.
Whatever. I'm just trying to give...
That's
I
comforting.
think it could be something good.
Do you think maybe it could be the distance?
That's the only thing I could think of, dude. Like maybe people are in their ear like, oh, it's never going to work because you guys are so far away.
Yeah, it's not an adult movie. They only stay together long distance in adult movies.
But why wouldn't she just talk to you about that, right?
Exactly. We're adults.
You're adults, and it's obvious that's what you're doing.
Exactly.
Okay, well, we'll play a song and then come back and call and get your second date update, all right?
Okay, man.
All right, man.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
We're in the middle of a second date update, and Drez is on the phone. Today, he wants to call a girl named Sierra. They actually live long distance. They met online. He went to travel to visit her. They hung out for an entire weekend. He said everything went great. They even sealed the deal. I'm not sure what that means.
Oh, you're not?
I have
Okay.
no idea.
It was a contract.
What sort of deal
Yeah.
did you seal? Drez?
I'm a gentleman, if nothing else. I'm a gentleman.
No, right.
I still don't understand what you mean.
Dude, they slept together.
What?
Yes.
Like in the same bed?
No. Oh, God. Let's just say yes.
Drez, did you guys sleep in the same bed?
Yes, we slept.
Wow. Hot and heavy. No, they definitely had a great time, and then he came back home, and since then the conversation has fizzled off, and now she's not really talking to him, and he doesn't know why, because according to him, everything went great. All right, man, are you ready to give her a call and see why she's not getting back to you?
Yeah, man, I'm ready.
And did she ever indicate that maybe she was freaked out by long distance?
No, but if it did freak her out, like I would think that would be something that she would tell me about before I flew all the way down to see her for our first date.
Right.
Yeah, hopefully.
Right. That is an expensive first date that you did.
All right, I'm going to dial her phone number right now. Here we go.
Hello,
Hi, may I speak to Sierra, please?
this is she.
Sierra, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
Who's this?
Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. It's a radio show.
Oh, okay.
How are you today?
I'm fine.
Any idea why I'm calling you?
No, I'm sorry. I don't know you guys. I'm sorry.
I understand. I don't know even what you would guess. I just want to see what you would guess. I'm calling you today because we do a segment on our show. It's called the Second Date Update. That's where if you go out with somebody on a date and then end up not calling them back, they can email us to get you on the phone and find out what happened. And we got an email about you from Drez.
What?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
He told us how he met you online and even traveled to come hang out with you, and he thought everything was great, but since he came home, you haven't been returning any of his calls, and he's wondering if he did something wrong.
Oh, my gosh.
What?
Wow. Well, I mean, so it's like you meet people online, and it's kind of strange, you know, and you just kind of hope you don't get catfished along the way.
Yeah, that's...
But Drez was absolutely amazing, and he was everything that he said he was. So, no, it was nothing like that.
Oh, my God.
so
So
it
you
sounds like
really
you like
liked him.
Yes, like I had really strong feelings for him before he left.
So what happened? Are you just, I mean, he thought, you know, maybe he's jumping the gun and you were just really busy and that's why you haven't really talked to him?
No, like, okay, so I have been at this crossroads, right? So I like had this big surprise that I wanted to surprise him with. I've just been so confused. Like, okay, so my job wants to relocate. And it's close to him. It's in, you know, closer to that state, that area. And I wanted to get closer to him. I just didn't know how to do it, what to say.
So are you just scared? Like you're scared to tell him like, hey, I might be moving to your area?
I mean, you know, I kind of felt like, hey, this could be fate because this has never happened. I mean, I didn't want to seem crazy.
Yeah, it does
Yeah,
seem
like
fast.
I'm moving in next door now.
After one day.
Right?
Yeah, but like not talking to him, that's crazy. Like, how is it going to be fate if you just don't ever talk to him again?
Okay, well, there's this other situation. So I went out.
Your husband has to move with you? Is that what it is?
Little situation.
No, my God, no, I don't have a husband.
Oh, thank God.
All right.
So my friends, they threw me a party and for my going away party.
Yeah.
And it got so crazy.
Okay.
And I feel so horrible about this. But I hooked up with another guy that night.
Oh, okay.
But
So hold up. The moving thing is for sure, because you said it was a possibility. So you are actually going to be moving closer to Drez.
Yes, I want to. You know, like, I feel horrible about what happened.
Okay.
And so, honestly, I haven't spoken to either of them.
All right, so you feel guilty for hooking up with another dude.
It makes me feel so horrible because I know how I felt about Drez, and I know the weekend we had was like more than a freaking first time meetup.
Yeah, I heard you guys slept in the same bed.
I mean,
Well, yes, we slept.
but Drez even said you guys didn't have a relationship defining talk. You didn't set boundaries for each other because it was, I mean, yeah, it was a big weekend, but it still was your first date.
Yeah, well, that's true. The truth is, like, I really do care about him. And that it was more to me than a first date. I mean, who spends the whole weekend together on a first date?
Right.
Yeah.
And we just such a great connection. So, yeah.
And maybe you needed that hookup with that other dude to affirm everything you're feeling about Drez.
I think it was just a wild night.
Yeah. And who knows? You don't even know that much about Drez. He might like that sort of thing. I have no idea.
Oh, my goodness, no.
We should probably ask him because he's actually on the other line listening and wants to talk to you.
I'm sorry?
Drez is actually on the other line listening and he wants to talk to you.
Oh, my God.
So he knows everything now. Drez, you there?
Yeah, I'm here, man.
Oh, what up, man?
How are you feeling?
I gotta say, I'm really disappointed. I mean, I thought we had like this cosmic connection, and I haven't been able to think of anybody else. So I'm blown, man.
I haven't even been able to think about anything else but you, to be honest. Like, I'm just so sorry. I've just been so conflicted. I've been going through that and thinking about what happened and feeling horrible about that and thinking about you and moving my job, wanting to get closer to you because I totally enjoyed our weekend as well. Like, I am so sorry. Please forgive me.
I mean, if we hadn't been so far apart and we had, established boundaries or something, then I could be more upset. But, we didn't draw that line. We didn't say, okay, now we're an item.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, I would like to know what's the deal with you and this other guy? Is there some kind of future in that? Are you still seeing
Absolutely
him?
not.
You're sure about
Absolutely not. I'm certain of that.
this? So, was he better than me?
Oh, that is not a question you should ever ask.
No, of course not. Nope, never.
I am excited about the thought of you being closer to me because, I mean, I was ready to risk it all. I got to be honest. Like, if there was a situation where it was a distance, I would have come down there. I mean, I really felt like we had this just one-in-a-lifetime shot going, and whatever I had to do, I was going to do it.
Oh, man, that's so sweet.
Dude, now that is intense. You were worried about freaking him out, Sierra.
Yeah.
The feeling is so mutual.
Oh, the best feeling ever. I'm jealous.
I love you too.
Yeah, I'm a little bummed out about this situation, but you're going to use your one get-out-of-jail-free card on this one.
All right. Well, then, Sierra, would you like to go on a second date with Drez? We'll pay for it. Not a plane ticket. Like,
Yeah.
we'll give you a gift card to go somewhere to eat, but he has to get to you or you have to get to him first.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. You guys would do that for us?
Yeah. And we do it for everybody on the second date update. So.
Oh, come on.
But yes, we will. We will do that.
Well, I did promise him that I'd be there the next time we had our date, so I'll be there.
Oh, my God. When are you moving here?
Well, my job moves within the next 2 weeks, actually, so sooner than I thought.
Oh, this
Well,
is
there you
great.
go.
I'm
Drez,
so
you got a
excited.
second date.
Yeah, I can't wait, man. I got to be honest. I'm really relieved. This is a big surprise.
So happy for you.
And look at you guys are already creating a great foundation of communication and understanding and forgiveness.
Yes.
Hey, Drez.
Yeah.
Is this where we tell her that we slept together last week?
Oh, my God.
Man, Jubal, shut up, man. Don't tell her anything.
Yeah, sorry to break the news to you, Sierra. Congratulations, you two. Keep in touch with us and let us know how everything goes, all right?
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Brooke and
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
I'm going to start today's second date update off with a line from the email that we got.
Ooh.
From Emma, who is on the phone with us right now. She wants us to do a second date update and call a dude named Matt.
Okay.
This is what her email said. If Matt proposed to me today, I would say yes.
What?
Whoa.
Yeah,
No,
Emma. How are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
Oh, God.
Good morning. Now explain yourself. Because I hope you can understand it sounds a little intense. You just went out with this dude on one date, and you're already saying if he proposed to you today, you would say yes.
I know. Trust me, though, it was an amazing experience.
Why do you feel this way?
I mean, I don't know how to explain it other than that I just felt that way, that I, looked into his eyes, and it felt like our souls were mingled. I've never had this happen to me before. I'm, not a crazy person.
That was going to be my other question. If you have ever gone out on a date with a guy and been like, oh, my God, this is the one.
No, I mean, I'm a passionate person, but I've never gone out with someone once and then felt like they are the person for me, and I absolutely feel that way.
Where did you meet this guy?
We were volunteering at the theater, passing out programs. You get to see the play for free if you pass out programs and, do usher type of stuff. And
that's cool.
He just asked you out, or?
Yeah, I mean, we were, super obvious. It was, our, eyes met, and there was, immense electricity.
There's a lot going on with this guy's eyes.
The stars collided, Jubal, and it was destiny.
That's how it felt. The time there, it, wasn't about what we were doing. It was just, whatever we were doing almost didn't matter. It was the whole world dropped away. And at, some point, I mentioned that if he would ask me out, I would certainly go, and then he did.
You know, it sounds crazy, but I really do have a girlfriend who's been married 11 years. They have 4 kids, and the night she met her husband, before she even knew his name, she told me, I'm going to marry that guy.
Yeah, I feel like when you know in your soul and heart, you know. It feels undebatable.
Did you tell him this is how intense you were feeling?
Not directly. I mean, when we had our date, I felt like it was almost obvious it was in the air. Like I said that this feels amazing, and I didn't tell him that I would marry him.
Because if there's one thing guys like on a first date, it's marriage talk and soulmates. And
we love that.
Meant to be together.
Do you feel like he felt the same way?
I feel like I can't imagine that I would feel that way if he didn't feel that way. It felt like a connection. It wasn't like coming from me. It was us meeting in the middle.
So how did the date go? Like, what was so magical about it? What did you guys do?
Oh, the date itself was like normal. We had dinner and drinks. That had nothing to do with what the date was. It was about the conversation. And like my mom always told me that marriage or long-term relationships are as one long conversation. And I felt like I wanted to be in conversation with this person for the rest of my life.
Okay, so you had a fun time with him and you never wanted it to end. How did it end?
He walked me to my car and we were staring at each other and didn't know who was going to make the move, but we both felt like there was this magnet of electricity in between our mouths, and it was we both just moved towards each other and we kissed, and it was all of the feeling that I had for the whole night just erupted. It felt like a volcano.
Did fireworks go off behind you? Because that's what I'm picturing right now.
Doves just flying.
All of a sudden over a lake.
Yes, that's what it felt. And he said that he would call me really soon. He was joking about that he would call me immediately. And so then I waited, obviously, and the next day he didn't call, and then the next day I called him and he didn't answer, and some part of me thinks he's just scared of how intense it was. Oh
my gosh.
He is like that kind of feeling to me makes me want to go towards him, but I know that for some people, especially men, it can be scary to them.
You're right. As a guy, when you feel that way about someone and you never felt that way, it can be a scary thing, and he could shut off. That could be what he's doing. How long has it been since you had your date?
It was the day before yesterday. It was 2 days ago.
2 days.
It hasn't been very long.
So you emailed us after a day of him not getting back to you.
I know, but I'm telling you, this was the most intense experience of my life.
Okay, but you're resorting to have us call him after a day, basically.
Yeah, but it wasn't a normal date, and it wasn't a normal day, and I'm I'm in love. I mean,
whoa!
Oh my God!
Okay.
All right, well,
Never heard that.
hey, love can't
crazy,
wait.
But it's if a miracle happened to you. It was that.
All right,
this is so
Emma,
sweet.
I don't.
I want this to turn
Come
out so
on.
well. I'm serious, dude. When
All right.
you find love,
Hey, Emma,
it's all beautiful.
Emma, we're gonna play a song. We're gonna come back. We're gonna call him and get your second date update. Okay?
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Good luck. Hang on the phone.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
All right, we're about to call a guy for a second date update that could either end in one of the most romantic love stories you've ever heard in your entire life, or it could end crashing and burning.
Oh, with a lot of tears.
And flames.
Yeah.
Remember, the girl that's on the phone with us right now that wants us to call a guy named Matt, Emma is her name. She emailed us and said, if Matt asked me to marry him today, I would say yes. At the end of the first part of the second date update, she actually said, I love him.
It dropped the L-bomb.
And it's only been a couple of days. And I'll be the first one to say, okay, this is going to turn out horribly. Mm-hmm. But I also want to be the first one to point out, this has worked out for other people. We've had a few second date we've had one second date update where the person said that they love someone and the other person actually felt the same way. So out of about the 50 times that's happened, it has worked out once. Emma, the odds are in your favor, I think.
Great.
I actually have faith in this. I feel like you sound like a woman who's got her head on straight. And
thank you.
You just maybe are more in tune with your emotions than most people, because he hasn't reciprocated any of this love stuff to you.
Well, not with words, but I trust what I felt. I trust what I felt.
That is the one thing about you, Emma. You don't sound absolutely insane.
Thank you.
It is sort of insane what you're saying, but there are people who feel that way. You feel strongly that you care about him. We're going to call him right now and see if we can get him on the phone. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
Hello?
I was looking for Matt.
This is Matt.
Hey, man, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. I'm moving 92.5.
Okay.
You sound a little confused.
Yeah. What's going on?
You recently went out with a listener to our show for a lovely dinner, and she feels like you're blowing her off and you don't want to see her again, and she wants to know why. Do you have any idea who I could be talking about?
I don't know. The last date I was on was a couple months ago.
A couple months ago? What? Not a couple days ago?
A couple days ago? No.
The girl that emailed us, Emma, said that you guys went on a date like 2 or 3 days ago.
Girl.
Was that not a date?
No.
What do you...
All right, that's confusing. Yeah, no, Emma said that you asked her out, and then you went on a date, and there were sparks, and you guys had a great time. You didn't consider that a date?
That was definitely not a date.
What?
Wait. From everything she said, it sounded like a date. What was it then?
Maybe she didn't tell the whole story here. Emma, we were both ushers. We were just trying to see a show for free.
Yeah. Right.
And I wanted to know how long the show was because I was meeting some friends at a bar later that night.
Okay.
And she was like, oh, where are you going? Blah, blah, blah. We're going in here. So, okay. So the show ends, left the theater, went to the bar where my friends are, and then lo and behold, 20 minutes after I get there, Emma shows up.
What?
Now, at first, I didn't think anything of it. I did tell her where we were going, so, there's not a lot of bars on that street, so maybe, whatever.
Okay, but to be clear, you didn't invite her to the bar.
Oh, no, let's make that very clear.
It's that...
right.
Oh, goodness.
What about the kiss? She said that you guys kissed.
She said that it was a great kiss at the end of the night.
I mean, we were drinking for a while and talking, and I had said goodbye to my friends that I was meeting. They had already left. And she made it seem like she was really wanting a kiss. So, a gentleman. It was nothing like...
Hey, no, you don't need to explain yourself, Matt. If a girl wants a kiss, sometimes you just gotta lay one on her when they want it. You gotta give them what they need, right, Matt? So
there was nothing R-rated. It was just like no groping. We're no nothing.
I'm
heavy.
sorry, I
It was
can't
just...
listen to this anymore.
Hello,
Matt, what are you doing?
Emma.
Yeah, Matt, that's Emma's voice. She's on the other end of the phone, has been listening this whole time.
Oh, my God.
Matt, you're going to lie on the radio and say that that wasn't a date or that kiss didn't mean anything to you?
I'm not lying. I mean, I didn't even ask you to come to that bar. You just showed up literally in front of all my friends and was just like, hey. And I was like, what's going on?
Where you were going to be? Why would you tell me where you were going to be? Why would you tell me of the specific place and time that you were going to be there if you didn't want me to meet you there? You invited me to come to the bar, and then we had dinner and drinks for hours and had, meaningful and intimate conversation. And then at the end of the night, we had an amazing, intimate kiss.
Oh, my God.
We did not have
was
dinner
not
at
very
that bar.
drunk,
We had
Matt.
chicken wings and fries.
Oh, Emma.
Why does it matter what we ate? That has nothing to do with the quality of our time spent together. We could have eaten twigs. It doesn't matter. We were talking about our families and what we want out of life.
No. Oh, see,
That's
here we
not
go.
someone
See,
that you're
talking
just,
about our families. We were just
casually-
talking about your family and how amazing. Here's another thing. In this phone call, if you rewind all this, you will hear Emma say amazing about 400 times.
She says it a lot. Okay.
Matt, did you
So,
feel...
Matt-
It was amazing. You know that.
Emma, when you kept talking, you are one of these girls that just says, what are you thinking to the guy over and over and over again.
It's the worst.
She's like, Matt, what are you thinking? If there's a lull in the conversation, I just ordered a drink, and she'd be like, what are you thinking now? I'd be like, I just ordered us another round.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. Why do you care what I'm thinking?
Because I want to know you on a deep level. That's what intimacy is. That's what happens when you're not afraid to know another person. You want to know their thoughts all the time.
Haven't heard anything from you in a second, Matt. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking Emma's nuts.
I don't understand why you're afraid of a true connection, or if you don't feel like you deserve that, or if you don't believe it because you've been burned in the past. But this is a real thing that you can trust. You can trust it, man.
No, I don't even know your last name. We didn't even really talk to each other.
That doesn't matter. Who cares what my last name is?
Emma, is there some way that you blew this all out of proportion?
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
I know what I know. I'm not 15 years old. I've been on dates before. I know what it feels like when it's there and when it's not. And it was there in a stronger way than I have ever felt in my life. And I think that Matt is afraid of that.
I will say this. I am afraid.
I am not crazy. I just know what love is, and I recognize it when it happens.
Okay,
I can see it, and I saw it in your
Emma.
eyes.
It's
I saw
okay.
it, Matt.
Emma, you sound very, very, very
Passionate.
Crazy.
upset. And
Yes, well,
yeah.
someone is telling me that an experience that was more real than anything I have ever felt.
Yeah.
They're pretending like that didn't happen.
Okay.
That would make anyone feel
Well,
crazy.
well, Matt felt differently, obviously, Emma.
And he has a right to his feelings.
Yeah,
He's pretending to feel differently, and I would love to have another chance to sit face to face and have him deny it.
Okay.
Facing me, looking at me.
How about this? If you think your love is so strong, I'm going to ask Matt right now. Matt, would you like to go out on a second date with Emma? We will pay for it.
A second date with this Emma?
Yes, the Emma that's on the phone right now. Not another one.
I would like to just say that I have not even known this girl for 48 hours yet, and I'm on the radio debating marriage with
Yeah.
Hey, love moves fast sometimes. You just got to embrace it and get on the train, Matt.
So
will you go out on a second date? We will pay for it.
I will let that train bypass me. I'm going to get on a different train.
You sure? We'll pay for
You're
it.
making a huge
I
mistake, Matt.
appreciate it, guys, but this is not the one for me.
You know what, Emma? In a little while, Matt's going to be kicking himself. A few years down the
I
road.
know.
Yeah, I know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
When
Matt-
he doesn't find real love, he'll think back to this moment and
Yeah.
he'll remember
When
that it
he
was possible and that he gave it up.
when he's
Sorry for
alone,
you, Matt.
when he's alone and doesn't have anybody, he's going to be thinking back to this phone call and realize how he screwed up, Emma.
Oh, man.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thanks for listening.
Thanks.
I know, honey. Love hurts sometimes. You'll be okay.
He's really making the biggest mistake of his life. I wish I could help him.
Well,
Yeah, I wish,
sometimes-
hey, Emma, I wish I could help both you guys in lots of ways.
Well, you
But-
tried. Thank you.
Yeah, we did try. You have a good one. And Matt, thank you for your time, okay?
Thank you very much.
Be safe.
Very safe.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.